What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the first installment of Multiple Minute, where we take a minute and discuss the journeys, the trials, the tribulations of what it's like living with MS. I do not have MS, but unfortunately, my man Smoke Freezy does. I think that's a weird way to say it, but Smoke Freezy,
I'm I'm
current,
a 15-year-old veteran in multiple sclerosis.
I think you refer to it as having a what?
Bad batch MS. I
Yes, a
got a
bad
bad
batch of
batch, all right.
MS. So we're
Yeah.
just gonna, this podcast is gonna be a journey through him and some of his friends, some of his associates, and other people that deal with MS on a regular basis and what their life is like. I figured, we start out with something simple. You got diagnosed with MS in what year?
'09.
Oh nine, nineteen oh
And I
nine.
felt like I had it longer than that though,
Yes,
because
1909.
2009. It felt like maybe that long. I don't know,
So
maybe.
2009. So what was life like before MS for an adult Smoke Freezy?
Oh, okay. Smoke Freezy was Damon then. Damon went to work. He had a girlfriend. He hung out, drinking heavy, eating anything that I wanted, you know what I'm saying? However, I did go to the gym and I was working out,
Mm.
like anybody. So the thing about it was, I think I worked a lot and then my nerves was going crazy. And here we are.
So when did you first realize something was off? Like, what were the symptoms? Did you go right to the doctors? What were the first indications that you didn't feel like you?
Well, excuse me. At the time, I was detailing cars, and in the Arizona sunshine, it totally
Sunshine.
totally hot, totally terrible. Life was S&D at that time in my life.
Man,
And
hold on. Your life was not terrible before. And
no,
detailing
no, no.
cars in
No,
Arizona.
when I was coming down with MS, it was terrible
Okay.
because a lot of bad things happened at my job.
Like what?
This was during the 2008 where everybody was getting fired and let go. And I kept my job. I didn't keep my job. I just got demoted. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And my job prior was nice. It was cushy. I was in the office and I was, shooting it with everybody in the office. I knew everybody. And when they demoted me to detailing, which was terrible, I was outside in the sun and I noticed my back was hurting. And then after a while, a lot of crazy things happened with that. And my back got to
Like
one
what?
point.
Like
I
what
was
crazy
like,
things? When you say back hurting, like was it sore or did it feel like it was coming apart?
it was like police knee in the back hurt.
Police knee in the back hurt. Okay, so if
Yeah,
you've
like
never if you've never had the experience of having a flat foot's knee in your back,
yeah, that Joker
yeah,
just comes up to me and was just like, ha, you know what I'm saying?
and you would wake up
And
with it, or after a while it would be there.
bro, it was painful, like to the point where I couldn't walk anymore and it was hot. And the Lord knows I fell down a few times on the
Ah,
concrete and you don't want to do that. you
no, no,
don't
you don't.
is you don't want to get MS first of all, but that whole situation for the diagnosis for me was like I was crying every day and I was like, man, it was
Hold on. Let
pure
me see your crying
depression.
face again. Let me see your crying face again. That is the ugliest
I was
crying
like,
face ever.
that's
I've seen some ugly crying faces in my day. That is the worst, dude. Always be happy. Always be happy.
that's a good lesson in life. Be happy in
Oh, so
anything
you
that
got
you
a
do.
crying face like Smoke Freezy. You
Because
never
like
cry.
like I said, I was crying every day and it was like a depression that is no joke, man. And unfortunately I made it out. And partly made it out with that weed, believe it or not. That
Before we get there, I want to go back. So you started having back pains. Was that the only symptom? There had to be
no,
something that made you say, you know what, I need to go see a doctor or somebody, versus
Well,
this type of stuff?
my left leg was like I would like miss a step, when I would try to keep walking down the street or something.
Mm.
And then my left leg would just kind of like stiffen up and not allow me to walk with my left leg. My right leg, it was a little bit better. To this day, my left leg is just out of here. My right leg, it's doing a little bit better, but my left leg was the real problem then.
And it would just like go like it was completely numb.
No, it's not numb. It's more like when your stuff is spastic. It's
Mm.
very spastic. Like it's like
You
it
get
won't move.
cramps.
Right.
Mm.
Exactly.
So your leg would just lock up on you. Did it hurt?
I'm not gonna say it hurt because nothing hurts me. I don't feel pain.
You're a machine. You're a machine with the worst cry face ever.
No, that was a lie. I wouldn't call it hurt. It's just
Mm.
stiff like a mug. Like it wouldn't. It's, like if you imagine your knee won't bend
Mm.
and your legs just locked up. That's the sensation that was going on.
Mm. Got you. And so you got the leg pain, you got the back pain. So you say, "Yo, I'm gonna go to the doctor." Was there anything else, or was it that? Those were the two?
Uh, that was it. That was it because I couldn't walk at that point.
Did you think it was something else? Well, obviously you didn't think
I
MS, but
didn't. I
what
didn't
was
know
some
what
of
it
the things
was.
that went through your mind?
I didn't know what it was. I never heard of MS. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
You had never heard of
Uh,
MS before you were diagnosed?
I right. My girlfriend said she had it,
Okay, I was about to
but
say.
she didn't have it like I had it. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I got a real bad batch, and everybody who has MS, it manifests in different ways.
Mm.
And it just so happened that like because I was working outside, like it was extremely hot, and part of the way people get autoimmune diseases through water dehydration. And I
Oh,
feel
really?
like that was a lot of the issue when I was out there. And I mean, I drank water, but not like that. It's super hot out there.
Yeah. And you were smoking weed like crazy too, right?
No, not like crazy. No, I'm
Okay.
smoking weed like crazy now, not like then.
Before then, no, you were smoking. How much weed would you say you were smoking a day?
Oh, one time in the day, maybe.
Okay. Interesting. So you go
But
to the
like
doctor.
at the end though, like when I really started getting bad, I was smoking like going to work. I was like, bro, like, you gotta be high to do this ish. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how it was for me. I was just like, oh, I just loaded up all the time because I would feel better, and the spasticity wouldn't be there so bad.
Mm. So it gets you through your day.
Good and bad though, because it makes you kind of. It's like a band aid over an open wound. It's not going to necessarily take care of the situation. It's just kind of like makes you feel better for that time.
What'd your coworkers say to you? Did they say like what's going on? Dude, are you alcoholic?
Well, one of my boys came to my crib and he was like, "Yo, man, you all right? You all right?" And I was seeing all these people that came to my crib, and I was like, "Yo, I don't know." And then the doctor told me it was MS, and it was like, "Damn." And the one of my homies told me he told his mom, and she started crying and all this
That's
crazy
great.
stuff.
That's great. But way to keep that energy positive. You're trying to figure out a way through it, and people around you are crying.
Yeah, bro, it was a lot of things going on at that time, and I was like, "Bro, I'm gonna die." You know what I'm saying? And
You remember what I did when you told me?
no, I don't. What'd you do? Probably laughed or something.
First of all, I'm not that bad of a douche. Okay. I laugh to hide the tears because I too
Yo,
have an
what?
ugly cry face.
But we're brothers, so if you were to, not, I don't think you would laugh at that. But
Nah,
if you were, it'd be like whatever.
nah, I didn't cry. I was like, that's effed up. You know,
That's what it is. Is you probably said it was a effed up. It is what it is. You know what I
that
mean?
I was just about to say. I was like, well, we just gotta get through this. And
Pretty much.
so you get the diagnosis, and now You have no what's in your head? What's the first thing that's in your head when you get diagnosed? When not when they initially tell you, but like the next day when you wake up and you've got to tell the world and you got to come to grips with you've got this nerve disease.
I'm going to die.
That's
That's what I felt like.
now you do realize, okay?
I mean, seriously, that's what I felt like. I was
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
going to be
die.
very serious right now. It's going to sound a holy-ish, but I'm going to be serious right now. You do realize that in life you're born to die.
Exactly. And that's why I got comforted by it and I got out of the depression because I said to myself, you know what? Everybody's going to die. This just so happens how I'm going to be. However, I'm still blessed, even though I got a, MS. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what multiple minute is about. It's about talking through this horrible, horrible situation.
Debilitating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we as relatively healthy
HBs,
people,
HBs, I call them healthy
what do you call
bodies.
them?
Healthy bodies, HBs.
If you ever call me an HB, I'm gonna kick you in your leg.
I won't feel it, HB.
But we often it's like a great Jeezy line. It's like you want to complain, but what you complaining about? There's so many other things in the world you could be.
It's like everybody lives their life, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's like I'm still me. I don't feel like I'm MS. I have MS, but I'm still me. And in order to make things good, I just gotta live with bad. There's good and bad out of this. Humility is something that I had to really come to terms with because everybody doesn't really have a choice on what life they're gonna do.
Mm.
This whoever was in charge, this is my life. I'm grateful to be living and to have good friends and good. I got a girlfriend, and I just feel like I'm still going to work up, trying to be fully healthy, like regular 100% healthy, even though there's no cure for this condition. But that's what I have to want to be someday, fully healthy.
So, but we wake up, you're like, I'm gonna die. How long do you
Yeah.
it's like where do you go with that? But how long did it take to transition from I'm gonna die to shit, I'm still here? Like
Well, it was like I see my mom, my sister, everybody came out, and I was like, I could take it on the chin, you know what I'm saying? And parts in life is not going to be easy, but life was never easy for anybody, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? This is just my path, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that it's like MS sucks. It does suck, but that's obvious. So that's a part of me right now. It's a part of my life. So I'm not saying my life sucks. It's just that, I have
This version.
challenges. I have challenges other people don't do. And for the most part, I really don't even deal with HBs like that because they're just different. you
HBs are
know,
human bodies. Human bodies.
di- different
You
than
still a
a
human, a healthy body. My bad, healthy body.
healthy. No, I'm a this this HB disabled healthy body. So, but the HBs though, man, it's a
Oh
trip
man.
though. So sometimes you don't know what kind of temperature people got. You know what I mean? And people be looking at you, but I swear to goodness, I'll be in the streets in my wheelchair, like dancing, like, yo, the rules are off once you have a disability. You do whatever you want to do. You have to.
What do you mean the rules are off? What are you out here
You do
doing?
whatever you can do. Like
Give me an
whatever you
example of
do.
something you did and you're like, gee, well, I'm disabled.
I'm going to the grocery store like this, like dancing, like or talking to random people. It's just like you. It's more of a freeing type of situation, I would say.
So we transitioned from I'm gonna die to I'm free.
Yeah, it took a minute, bro. Like it was a situation like the isolation was like, I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to
Yeah.
say nothing.
Tell me what that was like. What was it?
It was
So
bad.
you decide, yeah. So I'm gonna elaborate on the question because I knew you were gonna give me a 3-word answer. It was bad. That was deep, very, very deep. You decide you want to
It,
isolate yourself. What was the isolation process like for you? What did you do?
it was like laying down, maybe crying probably about a half an hour or so. And then you're looking up at the sky and you're like, help, but nobody really could help you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you just well, for me, it was like my stuff was just like straight tight like a drum, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I try to get out there, and it's like, man, bro, it's like after my diagnosis had came, then I got some steroids, some Medrol, which got
Wait,
me
now,
up
what
on
was
my
your
feet.
condition? Were you able to walk? Were you not able to walk? Did you have a limp? What was your condition like in those
My
initial
it
phases?
was like I could walk, like,
Mhm.
but it was like I needed a walker or something like that. But even when I could walk, I hated to walk because it was like painful. Like it felt like you was walking on some doggone stilts with cold ass stilts, no stretch, you know what I mean, and your hamstrings and so on.
So you get the walker, but did you
Mm.
decide once you got the like people don't jump to using walkers. Like that, I would think that would send you back into a I don't want to go anywhere type state.
Well, it's not so much not wanting to go places because I always wanted to go places, but some places I'm just not going to be able to go places comfortably.
Mm.
And living like this, it's like you got to be comfortable because when I got out there and I tried to be on the walker because my condition would only allow me to go so far. But in the very beginning of after my diagnosis, I was like, man, I gotta get healthy. And I was going for walks every morning. And then it just got too much and too heavy for me to keep going like that.
So you went on walks to try to like out muscle the disease.
Yeah, I've always tried to do that, like
Mhm.
trying to recondition my like smaller muscles and stuff like that.
Yeah, try to stay active with what you can control. So what's that?
Right.
Yeah, the experience though of getting the walker. So you go from isolation. We've gone from the days leading up to the diagnosis where you experience, the pain, the stiffness, the spasms, the back pain, and now you're diagnosed and you're processing it through isolation. What other coping mechanisms did you have?
My girlfriend at the time.
Now, I know you don't want to talk about her specifically, but she was also living with MS, but her symptoms were different than what you deal with. What were
Right.
some of the symptoms that you saw on a regular basis on through that relationship or through that time period?
Well, I don't think that she had MS like that. She froze up outside in the cold weather and she couldn't move.
What do you mean you
And
don't think she had it like that?
well, because she was misdiagnosed, I believe. Because well, I don't know. Because
Well,
like I
well,
said,
hold on. That's different. That's
but
actually
later,
like
wait a minute, wait a minute. Everybody is different with the condition. You know what I'm saying?
okay. Um,
So I don't know. Like she don't got what I got, and I know another girl that I was getting infusion with
mm,
the medication. She would look like she was fine, and to this day she looks good. Like she's walking and running around and doing whatever, pretty much.
yeah,
But
I interesting because I would think that something so serious wouldn't get misdiagnosed.
right, maybe she lied.
To a story for another day.
Yeah,
So
we'll
coming,
talk about. That's what I said.
yeah,
I
coming
don't
back to
know.
you. So coming back to we got about 9 minutes left. So good first show so far, and I just want to stay with this. So what were some of we were talking initially about coping mechanisms that you used outside of isolation because you stated a lot of crying, laying in the bed, staring at the ceiling. begging for the mystery, whatever, to come down, or the Most High to come down and heal you. What other coping mechanisms did you have? What were your go-to coping mechanisms outside of crying? Was it like Dr.
Weed.
Pepper? Weed.
Weed.
The marijuana. That's funny. So just the marijuana was what you dealt with and what you spoke with. So it looks like Damon is froze on us. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode. Episode 1 of Multiple Minute, where we take a minute and just kind of discuss the horrible disease that my brother's going through and what his journey's like. It's not a pity party, but it's a party nonetheless. So we'll be back next, maybe in a couple episodes, and we'll journey through what he's dealing with now, and we'll get to the next phase. For Smoke Freeze, I'm Kwame Fisher-Jones. We'll see you next time.